Alrighty, so I just had to change batteries. I'm on my very last battery, and not doing too bad. Try to adjust a little bit here. Ooh, a little bit of a I'm headed towards a little bit of an issue. I'm starting to get a little bit of water in my boat, and it's not because it's leaking. It's because when I go back and forth on the paddle, that it drips down into my boat. So, kind of sitting in a little bit of a spot where the water is gathering. So anyway, let's see if we can't get, this is kind of cool. Let's try to move myself around that so that we don't hit any logs. And the outside part of my boat is just a piece of tarp that I have wrapped around my PVC and vine frame, and then placed the 2-liter bottles, which I wrapped with shrink wrap type stuff. And then what I did was I just put a couple pieces of tarp and actually sewed it with heavy fishing line. And the tarp does have a few tears on the bottom, and I was gonna fix them, but then I said, well, you know, this is truly the last time I'm gonna use this this boat, so I didn't take the time to repair the tears on the bottom. And it doesn't really affect the boat in any way. It just allows it to soak up some water in underneath it. So when I have to get out and move it or something like that, I have to kind of tilt it up and drain it a little bit, which I wouldn't necessarily have to do if I had repaired it. But like I said, this is the last voyage, and I didn't really feel the need to put any effort and work into it to do that. So we are coming up here, I don't know how soon, pretty soon. We're coming up to the first possible stopping point. And as I recall, this was a dead area, and I'm going to start rowing a little bit here. This was a dead area the last time that I boated out here. So I'm going to have to kind of do a little bit of rowing to kind of get me through it, so that I don't really slow down and stop. Oh, fish just jumped over there. got a spider on the camera here. Let me try to adjust myself a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's nice. I hope you can see that. I don't know if you got that or not. A crane just flew out. There we go. I zoomed in a little bit on what's in front of me, hoping that if anything does occur, it'll be easier for you guys to see than the distance that we're at. So the anchor that I use in this boat, again, didn't cost me anything. I use an old piece of railroad that I've got attached to some rope. I use that for the anchor. So yeah, every time that I go from side to side with my paddle, some droplets of water fall into my boat. Well, I don't have a seat. I'm sitting directly on the bottom of my boat. And a few droplets every time I paddle flip into the boat. So they've started to accumulate now. And I'm actually sitting in a little puddle of water. So let's turn around here so we can. Ooh, hey, that's really close. Okay, so every time I switch sides with the paddle, a few droplets of water hit the bottom of my inside of my boat, and I'm actually sitting on the bottom of the inside of my boat, and they accumulate right where I'm sitting. So now I'm sitting in a little puddle of water, and the good thing about that is that now I know about it. So when I make my when I remake my new boat, and it never really occurred too much the other times that I take my boat out. I mean, it did a few, but not horribly bad. But you know, now I can make sure I fix that, and I'm actually going to put seats in my boat so that this kind of thing doesn't happen. Because not that I mind that I'm sitting in a small puddle of water, because it's not going to kill me. But if I can avoid it, you know, why not? So that's going to be an improvement on my boat. I'm gonna make little seats. So the water is still flowing. I think if I didn't paddle, I would still be floating down the creek. But it is moving at such a slow pace that I'm giving myself a little bit of an oomph here by doing some light paddling. Oh, the fish just jumped right in front of the boat. So we're going to do a complete circle here. I'm going to turn around. There we go. Just kind of, just because I can. So here we go. We're going to straighten back up. Yeah, this is a dead area here. I'm going to have to actually do some rowing here. I'm not going to go anywhere unless I row here.